Yeah, that's right. You're tuning in to the More For Me and You podcast. That's real interviews, real movie reviews, real people, real journeys. If you real, lock in. I've been working all night, early in the morning. If you hustle high, hustle, you can never waste a moment. That's more for me and you. 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 Let's go.
Thanks for coming on. It was so random connecting with you.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like we did our episode with Greg Berman, whose shirt I'm wearing actually.
Yes,
Hey,
Greg.
Berman, shout out. So you commented on Greg's like one of his reels that were on Instagram, and I was like, "Who's Katherine Comedy?" Just started looking. I was like, "She's really funny." So I was like, "I need to have her on the podcast." So it worked out. So thank you so much for coming on.
I'm super excited. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what we usually do in this segment is kind of get to know you. And most podcasts or most interviews are going to talk about what you're doing now. I don't want to talk about that until we'll talk about it a little bit. I want to get to more like to know you growing up.
Okay.
So like, where did you grow up, and like, what kind of person were you? Like, what kind of kid were you, and like, what were your aspirations growing up?
I was born in South Korea,
Mm-hmm.
Seoul, South Korea, and I wanted to be a painter and a murder mystery writer.
Okay.
the deadly combination.
Yeah.
And I moved. I mean, like I lived there for 12 years, and then I moved to Vancouver, Canada.
Okay, yeah.
So I lived there for 12 years. So half of my life I spent in South Korea, half in Canada.
Like your childhood growing up. Yeah.
Right. And, just generally, I loved murder mystery. Like, it was my obsession. Just reading every Agatha Christie books possible and just Conan Doyle's. But, I don't think I wanted to be a writer. I mean, like, painter and writer. But, yeah. So, but I just ended up becoming an architect. So those skills are not useful at all. And
I mean, you're drawing, so that's cool.
yeah.
And you're kind of designing maybe a house that could be for a murder mystery.
That's true. Yeah, trapdoors.
Yeah. So how was your childhood? Like, how did that differ from, like, do you remember being in growing up in Seoul and like obviously the transition to Vancouver? That's a massive difference.
Yeah. I mean, childhood, people really had high expectation for me because I did well in like art,
Mm-hmm.
I won many awards like writing and painting, and my parents had such a high expectation for me, and then that's why they sent me to Vancouver, but they expected me to be a doctor.
Oh, so you went to Vancouver without your parents?
Yeah, I mean, like I went there with my mom, but she
Okay.
stayed. She moved back and forth between Seoul and Vancouver, and yeah. So, but a lot of my childhood I spend by myself. I have an older sister, but a lot of time I spend alone because both of my parents had a full-time job, and just always at home by myself, just making stuff or writing stuff, and it gave me a freedom to be me. Like no obligations on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that transition to live in Vancouver, was that a difficult time, or was it something you kind of assimilated to that culture easily, or?
Yeah. So, in Korea, we learn English when we are in starting grade 3 or so. So we learn quickly, but like we don't practice it. That's why like when I went to Vancouver, like I could only say I am a girl, you're a boy. Like I could understood the grammar, but not fluent in when everyday conversations. So but it was tough.
Yeah.
The transition was tough.
It was kind of the reverse for my father, actually. So he was born in Australia, and even though they spoke English in Australia, he never actually learned like the dialect because they spoke German in the household. And so my grandma and grandpa spoke German. And so he grew up speaking German. And that's where his accent was like almost a German accent as a kid, but like speaking kind of like British English in Australia. But he never got the Australian accent. And so then they moved to America, and it just changed him. Now he just sounds like he's lived in America his whole life. But yeah, there's definitely he actually moved around the same age. I think he was like 13 or 14. So, which is why I asked, because it's such a tough transition. Like you leave your friends, because you're not just leaving your family, you're leaving your friends and starting over, new friends and a new school and all that stuff. I mean, so was that like a challenge for you, at least from a school standpoint, or?
Yeah, but I kind of took it as kind of transformation. Like
Yeah.
I can start over. Every mess I've made, I can be someone else, rewrite the story, and that excited me, because this, again, so much expectation put on me that I can now start from, expecting something from myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And you get to kind of rewrite your own character of
Right.
yourself, and
Right.
being that you're a writer, that's such a cool experience.
Right.
So
Yeah.
when you were younger, though, did you kind of always know that you had a little bit of a humor to you? Like, when did you kind of know you were funny? Like, because now you're a full blown comedian. So, was there a moment in your childhood, or was it like, when did you kind of find out you were funny?
I knew I was ridiculous. Just everything. It was just I always missed social cues. I just didn't understand how to interact with people, and I think that was when I went to art school. My teacher just told me I don't have common sense. Like, it just, when people make the connection between A to B, I would just make a connection from A to like Z, which just doesn't make sense to people. And I don't think I didn't think I was funny. I just thought that I was weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But did people think that was funny, though? Like, is that kind of like?
But yeah, I think that became funny because there's, part of comedy is surprise and twist. I mean, and I knew that was in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, were you more like kind of introverted, or?
Extremely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself more extroverted now, or are you still?
Oh, I don't want to be here. No, I'm very excited to be here. And like, this is so hard for me, because when I meet a person face to face, it's more like, let's talk about you. Like, because Asian culture is just like, let's talk about you. This is like, very different. And I am overwhelmed.
Hey, it's kind of fun to switch it up, though. And I think when you get out of your comfort zone, you can find out so much about yourself. So I'm glad that you came and get to
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
come out of your shell a little bit. But that surprises me a little bit, because of the fact that you are a stand-up comedian. So like, you get in front of people with a microphone,
right?
But you're not talking about yourself, obviously. Sometimes you are, but you're more so talking about like a bit, like you've written stuff down and have something prepared for the audience. So.
Right. It's a persona. It's it's an exaggerated version of myself.
Yeah.
But not my whole self, but just a part of myself that's exaggerated. It's a performance.
You're rewriting a new character of yourself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to be the version of yourself that you are very scared to be sometimes, I guess.
Exactly. Like, no one look at the comedian and be like, hey, he was so himself. Like, no, we are supposed to be funny, not be ourselves.
Yeah. That makes sense. Totally. When did you come to the USA, though? Like, so
2017. July.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been here for about 8 years
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
How was that transition? And like, was that something like did you come here specifically for comedy, or was that transition for something else, like to be an architect still here?
So I was architect back in Toronto, but then someone introduced me to this this art director for a TV show called Star Trek. So Star Trek Discovery was filmed at this place called Pinewood Studio, and I went there I was hired as a set designer for that TV show for like 6 months, and I had so much fun that I'm like, I'm going to move to LA. I'm going to move to LA. I'm going to work for TV shows.
Yeah.
That's why I moved, and you can't just do that. There was a huge life decision that Yeah. And there's no, like, I didn't intend to be a comedian. I wanted to be a set designer.
So when did that transition happen? Like, what was that moment you kind of like made that change from architect to comedian? That's a big change.
So my dad won a scholarship. He was a journalist, and he won a scholarship, and with the scholarship, he was able to attend grad school in California, in Northridge. I forgot the name of the university. So he did a year and a half of grad school there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
it Cal State University, Northridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You nailed it. And
Go Matadors. No.
and I was 3 years old, and my sister's 7. So she remembers everything, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
But they always have, my parents and my sister always talked about their memories in Los Angeles that I have no, recollection of.
Yeah, you were too young. Yeah.
Right. So it was always my dream to go back. Like, my dad always talked about LA as a home, like my second home. Like, and I always wanted to go to that planet. Like, I see it as like a planet. I'm gonna land on that planet one day, and so that's the decision I made. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of your dad, because I love the bits on Instagram, these moments. You obviously your dad didn't want you to become a comedian, but it's kind of been evolving now. So like your dad started writing jokes.
Yes.
Like he's kind of accepting the fact that you're a comedian and that's okay. Like, and he's supporting you through that. So can you tell the listeners a little bit about that journey with your dad, like him finding out you're a comedian and then like the evolution of what that is now today?
So he visited me last month, May, and he stayed with me for a month and a half. I've been doing comedy for 6 years. I've never told him that I do this. But then, I've been booked shows. I have to go to these shows and perform. So I couldn't hide anymore. And so I made a decision to take him to one of my shows. And on the way back home, the whole time on the highway, he was telling me, you made a mistake.
Yeah.
This is the biggest mistake in your life. You have a full-time job. You were born in South Korea, raised in Canada. You are an alien to these people. No one will understand you. I almost crashed 7 cars.
Oh,
the reason
when
why
he said that.
The reason why Asians are bad drivers are because we are all driving with our dad telling us that we are failures. It's the only reason why we are bad drivers. Okay. So
the truth is out, everyone.
Yeah, just letting you know. And so but then like few days later, he signed up for a comedy class at this community center. I just couldn't understand why, but I think he wanted to understand me maybe. But I think, and then he wrote a joke and he told me, should I tell that joke or?
Absolutely, yeah. What was the joke that he wrote?
So he said, I don't usually, I have no religion. I don't usually pray, but I do pray divinely when I buy a lottery ticket.
That's so good.
And I just lost it. I'm like, you know what? I understand the pain the family members have to listen to about like your dreams, and it's painful. Like, why are you like? Even my dad was telling me that I understood. Like, this is not something you take it seriously. He probably thinks, and it's just like you're living in a dreamland. We don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it shows a lot that he was willing to take a chance to take a class to get to kind of know what you do. That's really cool. And I think you showed a clip that your dad was actually writing stuff down while he was like watching you.
Maybe, but I think he was just, I don't know why. My dad is a mystery to me. I don't know how people understand their dads, but for me, he's a mystery, like a puzzle piece that I haven't been able to figure out.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm sure, he had good reasons.
Yeah. I mean, being a dad now, I mean, I'm granted, I'm only a dad to a 3-year-old. So I'm not quite there yet in his full potential, but I have aspirations of like him being successful, and I have aspirations of him doing certain things, whether it be following in my footsteps and playing soccer, or just chasing his dreams, whatever that may be, right? But I think if especially from like the Asian culture, becoming like a doctor or a lawyer or something that's esteemed, right? Like is really important.
Right.
And so to say like, oh, you're going to be a clown, right? Like it's like that's the thought, right? It's
Exactly.
like,
yeah.
So, but that's cool that he was able to come over, see what you do, and also try to understand what you do, and hopefully over time he'll fully see it. And especially when you'll land your first major tour, and then you'll get your TV show or something like that, and then he'll be like, oh yeah, you're doing great.
I'm just doing it for spite. Is that it?
Yeah.
For spite, to prove him that maybe I can do it despite his distrust in this journey.
Well, you're very funny, so I think you should continue to keep going. And to be honest, like hypothetically, let's just say it doesn't work out, you can still go be an architect. Like you can still go design stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I think you should continue to keep going. I mean, you're hilarious, and honestly, you're just going to continue to get better over time as well. So there's a very big following of people on Instagram that think you're funny. So I mean, think of like 15 or 16,000 followers right now that follow your name. It's not just Katherine Yoon, it's Katherine Comedy. So I mean, that says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, someone asked me, what is your goal? And I just want to make the same money I'm making right now as my full-time job.
Yeah.
And, and just to be able to perform is a great thing. And I mean, fame, yeah, sure. We all are going for that. But, just pursuing art itself it's an opportunity,
Yeah. And it's really enjoyable for you. You love it.
Right.
Like
I don't love it.
But I was saying you love it enough to do
Right.
like this on the side. I mean, you spend a lot of time writing, and
Right.
like it's not an easy job being a stand-up comedian.
Right.
People think it's easy. You're in the nightmare of most people. A light on you on a stage with a microphone, and it's like people want to be entertained.
Yeah, I mean, it is a job. Some comics go up there and take it as a therapy, but it's a job. You're supposed to be a performer. You are there to entertain. It's not. It's a moment for others so that they can escape and be free from their daily lives.
Yeah, be free from the seriousness, the chaos at work, or the chaos in what's going on in the world, or whatever it is, just to unplug and just laugh and forget about all the craziness of what's happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is your process? Like when you're writing material, and are you more of like do you get just random inspiration? Do you write things down in your phone, or do you write it down on paper? And how do you kind of develop your skits, like your bits?
I work out.
Mm-hmm.
I work out like I'm almost gonna die, to the point of like exhaustion, and then so much and then after that I drink coffee. I just like pound 7 shots of espresso, and then cocaine, and and then heroin, and then when I'm just ready, I just kind of pay attention to my thoughts and then list everything that's going on in my mind. But I divide it up into categories. One is light and one is dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just write everything down, and then it would just come to me. It's like I kind of thought it as like I'm a vessel. I'm a vessel, and I just someone is whispering jokes to me.
Mm-hmm.
I know this all sounds really crazy, but I want to write it from my unconscious side of brain. And I'm not aiming to be who I am now, but I'm aiming to be who I can be.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, the unconscious side of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like something that comes out from you when you least expected it. I think that is you, I think.
Yeah.
And that is my persona on stage.
Yeah. What do you feel that people resonate most with your comedy? Like, what makes people laugh the most during your sets?
I think it's just the pain, just the pain and horror. I think pain. I aim to have a topic that's universal, which is pain.
Kind of relatability.
Right.
Yeah.
And, but the goal is transcend reality.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're feeling right now, it will pass. If you can laugh about it, that's you're bulletproof.
100%. Yeah. So as far as I know, you mentioned it before, and you didn't really completely have an answer for other people. Hopefully, you have an answer for me. But what would be specifically to comedy? What is your comedy dream? Like, have you thought about what that looks like long term for you?
Long term.
Yeah. Other than providing, like that's being your full-time job. But like, do you want to stay in stand-up? Do you want to get into maybe having your own podcast? Do you want to, get into potentially being on TV, or what does that kind of look like for you?
I think it's just that stand-up is so hard. It's a tough act.
Mm-hmm.
You're a writer, you're a performer, you're editor, and you're promoter of your own self. And I want to master stand-up so that I can build I can strengthen my persona, and then from there, I want maybe TV show can come out of it, maybe a movie can come out of it, or maybe I can support others, stories. But yeah, I mean, it would be a dream to have TV shows because that's how people know you, right? Like no one's reading newspapers; they're watching TV or they're watching social media. So, but I just perform around the world and in this country, whatever enabled me to do so. Probably TV show.
Yeah,
that'd
be fun. Or a worldwide tour, be kind of fun, right? Do you feel like are you funnier in English, or are you funnier in Korean?
I think I'm funnier in English because in Korean, it just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I think English is because my second language. I dare to say things in English than in Korean.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, it's almost even like reading the subtitles in a Korean film, like we're going to talk about later. The subtitles sometimes don't always translate perfectly.
Right.
And that's why I remember I asked you when we were talking, I said, well, when you pick a film, like when you're watching, can you let me know if the subtitles they're good?
Yeah.
Because it's like sometimes it doesn't translate perfectly over
No.
from language to language. So
Right. But I think that's the fun of it, no? Lost in translation. Like
100%.
Create a new meaning for you.
But for you, that experience is different than me because you actually know what they're saying.
Right.
Versus I'm listening and I'm like trying to listen and trying to hear the tone or the expression, but then I'm reading it without any expression, right? It's just the words. So like sometimes the word doesn't match up and you're like, I think I understand what that's going on, but like maybe. So it's all really interesting. So no, thank you for sharing about that. Just being how you got to be who you are today, and about your being a comedian today. If you're okay with it, I'd love to play a little game.
Okay.
To find out how funny you are.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's actually a segment we played with.
A game can decide the funniness.
Well, it's a little strange because obviously you only have an audience of 2. So
Okay. There's another guy here.
There's another guy here. His name's Craig. Everyone loves Craig.
Okay.
We should get Craig like a GoPro camera, kind of back look with a little microphone. It'd be great.
Is it like 2 girls?
Look at that. We got
okay.
What's that?
This is the Craig cam.
The Craig cam.
Yeah.
I like
Craig
it.
cam.
The CC.
Okay.
Love it. Well, this is a game that we would love. We actually played with Greg Berman called Let Me Finish. And this is where I'm going to read you. I have 3 cards where I have some phrases, and there's a word at the very end that's missing, and you get to fill in what that is.
Okay.
All right. So, Ken, throw it up on the board. Let me finish.
Woo.
It'll be up on the screen for those that are watching on YouTube. For those that are listening, sorry, You don't get the fun effects. But you get to hear Katherine say, woo! All right. So and this is speaking from you, if I could trade places with anyone for a day, I would choose
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama. All right. Why would you pick Michelle?
I don't know. She's such a badass and different race, obviously, and but she's in such a power.
Mm-hmm.
She's a power. She's a grace. That's what I think of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a strong woman. So yeah. I mean, she was the first lady. So look at that.
I thought you said like first lady of all. Like she's the first of all the women.
No.
Anyways,
technically, yes. That's technically
true.
what it is.
Yeah,
She's the first lady of the country.
Yeah.
All right. Next question here. Or not question, but phrase. The last time I tried to impress someone, I accidentally
brush their teeth.
you brush their teeth. I have a very weird fascination with brushing people's teeth. Is
Yeah.
that okay if I brush your teeth? Can I floss as well?
Just like open it and then just like
Throw some mouthwash in and shake their head.
yeah. It's very like offensive, right? Someone just come up to you and just like open your mouth and
Be like, your breath is picking.
you stink.
You got some bad breath, homie. I'm gonna have to take care of you.
Yeah.
That's so good. All right, and the last one here on Let Me Finish. The world would be a better place if everyone started the day with a
Sex.
All right.
Yeah.
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 With a little bit of sexy time.
A little bit of sexy time.
All right. A little bit of breakfast of champions, if you will.
I don't know how it works. I'm a virgin, so yeah.
I do know how it works because I have a 3-year-old. So,
This will never air. It's just yeah.
Dad, if you're listening, close your ears. That's so funny. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for playing. Let me finish.
Yeah. Thank you for
That was fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we are going to take a quick break here and pause for a little plug of a small business. So
Sure.
We'll be right back.
Being a small business is difficult, and that's why each episode we shout out a different small business that either we enjoy or a guest enjoys, and they have no idea that we're doing this. And being that we have the incredible Katherine Yoon gracing our podcast, we decided to showcase a Korean beauty line called Oh Lolly. Based in Los Angeles and proudly female-founded, Oh Lolly is your curated destination for premium Korean skincare. From hydrating toners to glow-boosting serums, they handpick the best of K-beauty to help you build the perfect skincare routine. No fluff, just results. With expert tips, fast U.S. shipping, and a passion for self-care, Oh Lolly makes glowing skin feel effortless and empowering. So if you're looking for a K glow-up, go check out Oh Lolly for your next skincare routine. And with that, let's get back into the episode.
Miss Katherine Yoon, would you like to play a little game?
Okay.
Another game.
Another game. Okay.
This is
well,
another game. This is a game we play with every guest.
You guys don't take this show seriously. It's
We
just
don't.
all games and
It is.
all mirrors and smokes and mirrors and games.
And prizes.
Oh, okay. Good. Let's go.
Everyone
Okay.
wins popcorn. So, would you like to play a little game that we call This or That?
Sure.
Perfect. Do you know how this or that works?
No.
All right. So, this or that, what we do is I'm going to ask you a series of 20 questions. It's a lot of questions. And I'm going to give you 2 options. And you get to pick one or the other.
Okay.
You pick this
Oh, okay.
or that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. And this or that is actually brought to you by our friends at Coastline Travel. So if you're looking to maybe take a flight to Seoul, Korea, or maybe to Vancouver or Toronto, Canada, you can book your flight through Coastline Travel or a hotel and maybe even excursion. You can go anywhere and do anything. Go to coastlinetravel.com for your next travel need. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and start it off here. Yeah, I'm
What
just
was that?
I just throw the cards.
That
Yeah.
was the part of the game?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
The coastline travel.
I try to land every card on top of the other. That's
Okay.
That's my game, not
Okay.
your game. Don't focus on that. That's for me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, right here. Eyes up here. All right, tacos or pizza?
Oh, tacos.
Tacos. What kind of tacos do you like?
General tacos.
Just general tacos. All right. Hard shell beef Taco Bell tacos.
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Do you prefer a group hang or a solo recharge?
Oh, solo recharge.
That's the introvert in you right there.
Yeah.
There it is. Overthink or go with your gut?
Go with the gut.
Go with the gut.
Yeah.
Gotta just,
Just punch it.
go
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah.
I
Just
like it.
fentanyl it.
Just fentanyl it. No more fentanyl for you. You're off. You're cut
Okay.
off. Take it away. All right. Always late or leave early?
Oh, leave early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a problem with being. Is that leaving? You like to leave early, like an Irish exit? Like you don't. Like
Oh,
people
yeah. And then blow up the car as well.
And blow up the car.
Because that's Irish way, right?
It could be. I'm not sure. Is that
Irish independence.
Is that what the Irish people do?
Of course, they blew up the cars and they.
Oh yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying. I didn't think of that way.
Okay.
Totally makes sense. That was right over my head.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Write alone or riff with others?
Oh, ride alone.
You like to write alone?
Yeah. Who wants to riff with others?
Sometimes there's a collaboration process.
Okay.
Some people like to maybe learn a little bit about yourself, like we're doing right now. Just riffing. We're
Okay.
riffing. We're having fun.
Oh, you know what? Actually, if you guys are in my car, I
Mm-hmm.
would riff with you guys.
I would love to be in your car, except as long as you don't blow it up like an Irish, because that's not going to happen.
Okay.
Then I'm not getting in your car, and especially not getting in your car if your dad is in the front seat, because
Oh,
we know what happened the
Yeah,
last
hell
time.
ride.
You almost hit 7
Yeah.
cars. So, yeah. Spill a secret or keep one forever.
one forever.
Yeah, is that hard though? Do you feel like you're
I mean,
bursting?
I'm doing it right now.
Watch a movie at home or in a theater.
Oh, theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to keep the theaters alive. People
Yeah.
need to keep watching movies.
But I was actually watching the Mometu. Mometu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mometu.
Mometu at home, and it was a good experience.
It's fun,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What were you watching it on? What kind of device do you have at home? Do you watch on
I
your
was watching it on my iPhone.
on your iPhone?
Yeah.
What a cinematic experience! That surround sound and everything.
With the Dolby sound system.
I had my JBL portable speaker playing for me.
Yeah.
K-dramas or variety shows?
Oh, K-drama. Have you watched it?
I love K-dramas.
It's addictive. You can't
are.
watch one. You have to watch like 17. And then you have to get a job. And then you're like, no, I'm going to keep watching.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We have some K-dramas on Mometu.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I will never leave my house. Okay.
And we're bringing more. We're actually bringing some more Korean content onto Mometu as well.
Please. Yeah.
Got some great partners. Can't stop scrolling or put your phone away.
These days can't stop scrolling, which is a problem.
It is a problem. It's addicting.
Yeah, I feel it's a problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we should stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
What do you-
don't stop now.
But don't stop now. What do you typically scroll? Like, are you scrolling
Reddit.
Instagram? Reddit. You're a Redditor.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm obsessed.
Did you know Mometu has its own Reddit page now?
Why are you telling me? I'm gonna be on 17 hours from
There's-
now on.
So one of our fans started a Reddit account for Mometu.
Okay.
It's called Mometu TV.
Okay.
So it's the r/Mometu
Mometu
TV. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got like a massive 17 followers or something like that. I'm not sure, but
My favorite is me in real life, and it just has memes of like people just my favorite meme
Yeah.
is SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob.
you like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh about SpongeBob? What's your
I think it just there's a fish. They are fish, but they are.
He's a sponge.
Oh my god! Yeah, and then starfish.
Oh yeah, that's what's his name? Patrick.
Yeah.
Good old Patrick. Love Patrick. Improv set or scripted stand up?
Scripted stand up.
Like scripted?
Yeah. Fuck improv.
I think you're quite good at improv. It's fun. Never be bored or never be overwhelmed.
Never be bored.
Never bored. Like to keep it fun, keep it fresh.
Yeah.
This might be a tough one.
Fentanyl.
No, no more. No more. You're cut off. Seoul or LA?
Seoul. But I love LA. Seoul is... But Seoul.
Yeah. Did you know that our producer Craig lived in Seoul for a little bit?
No, you lived in Seoul? Yeah. Craig? How long?
For 2012. Before I moved to California.
2012.
Yeah, for that year.
For a year? 1 year?
For the 1 year, yeah.
Okay. Did you do a lot of fentanyl?
I did.
It's very fresh over there, everyone. We're going to get banned from YouTube for this.
National drink.
Trying to decide if we're going to cut this out or not.
I thought it was a soju cocktail, but I guess
Soju. Yeah.
that's my favorite. Crush your enemies or kill them with kindness?
You gotta kill them with kindness. It's hard.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to be nice.
Yeah.
But it makes them feel twice as bad.
But it makes you feel good too, because revenge is never a solution. It digs you deeper into
Yeah.
darkness.
One of my favorite things to do if someone cuts me off or gets really upset at me on the road, instead of flipping them off, as you go by, you wave at them and say hi. Hey, hi.
Oh, you did that to me the other day. Yeah.
I saw your. That's where I remember your.
That was me,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was your dad was there. Yeah. Luckily, you guys missed me. Laugh at your own jokes or let the audience decide.
Oh, let the audience decide always.
Yeah. Do you laugh at your own jokes sometimes though, like when you're telling them on stage?
When I'm not being professional.
When you're just having fun, like here.
Yeah.
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 No,
Never laugh at your jokes.
I mean, some people do. I know it's
mean-
not the right thing to do, but
I think you can't laugh at your jokes when you land on it, but you
Yeah.
can laugh at it after.
yeah, when it hits, it's got to be in the moment. You got to stay serious. This is, gosh, I know my answer for this, but bibimbap or bulgogi?
Bibimbap.
Bibimbap.
Just the
Or-
way you say it.
Bulgogi.
Bulgogi.
Bibimbap?
Yeah.
Bibimbap, not bibimbap. Bibimbap.
Yeah.
Okay, bibimbap or
Yeah.
bulgogi. Which one is your favorite?
Bulgogi.
Bulgogi.
Yeah.
I love bulgogi.
Yeah.
That's my.
Do you know what bulgogi means?
I have no idea. Please tell me.
Bul means fire.
Okay.
Gogi means beef, meat.
Fire
Just
beef.
Fire meat.
Fire meat. It is fire. I will say it is fire. It's really good. I love Korean barbecue. My brother turned me on to Korean barbecue.
Okay.
He loves making. He has his own little Korean barbecue set up at his house too.
Yeah.
Like makes it with his kids.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's crazy because it's inside. It's a barbecue indoor.
Yeah, indoor barbecue.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's so good though, and the Korean flavors are just incredible.
Yeah.
Big fan of bibimbap. I'm just make sure I said that right. It's a fun word to look at and say. Like, I mean, look at this. It's a great word.
BIBIM. Yeah.
I know. It's just fun in English. It's
Yeah.
Everyone that's
Go
Korean-
nuts.
everyone that's
Yeah.
Korean here is like
Say
this
it 7
this guy's an
times.
idiot. Go 5 years into the future or 10 years into the past.
I've thought about this 10 years into the past.
Yeah. Where were you 10 years ago?
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go back?
Yeah.
You're like-
I had my true love. Everyone's so sad right now.
It's such a touching moment.
But you got to break your own heart, baby.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
we're gonna have to take a break. Can you pass the Kleenex? Oh my goodness. Brought the real emotions into the podcast. Bomb on a large stage or crush on a small one?
Bomb on the large stage. You got to learn, right?
Yeah. Learning
can you
moments.
grow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
learning moments. It's great. I love your perspective on life. You just look at you. You went from just so deep to so raw. I love it. Host a show or headline a show?
Headline a show.
Yeah.
Who wants to?
Some people like being hosts.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last episode we had with Athena Crosby, sure, big thing. She would love to be a host.
And it's tough being a great host.
Very tough.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. It's plastic. It's not a real plant. She's trying to eat the plant, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian.
The water is kicking in. Have your dad write a joke for you or tell a joke about you. Like eventually, what if
Tell a joke about
he
me.
went on stage and told a joke about you?
Yes. Because joke is about truth.
Yeah. Do you think he would ever do it, like get on stage and perform a joke about you?
No.
No?
No, he has stage fright.
Yeah, but you kind of did at one point. Like, you didn't want to get in front of people.
Yeah, but I know I don't think I've always no. Did that make sense to you? Let's move on.
Always. No. Yes, it made sense.
Yeah.
No, but that'd be fun. Like one day, just one, not anytime soon, maybe like 10 years from now.
Sure.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Get him on stage.
No, never.
Never? Okay. A residency in Las Vegas or a world tour?
I feel like Las Vegas is just for making money,
Mm-hmm.
but the world tour would be really to get to know people.
Yeah.
Right?
Lasting memories.
Yes. Yeah.
Different cultures.
Right.
Yeah. It's very difficult to relate to multiple cultures. And I think that's you mentioned earlier your focus on being universally funny.
Right.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Vegas is a tough one. Some people like Vegas because you don't have to travel. You can just work and not have to travel.
Yeah.
Some people don't like getting on planes.
Yeah, but I feel I don't take artists seriously.
Yeah.
If they're doing the residency in Vegas.
Yeah.
They just want to cash out.
True. Last question, and this is another Korean focused question, but do you want to be BTS famous or Blackpink famous?
Blackpink. Ah. I don't know what this means. Rock on.
Rock on, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, Blackpink.
Yeah. Do you like Blackpink?
Ah. Oh, they are the badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched their music videos?
Mhm.
Yeah, I get high just watching these music videos. Yeah.
Look, the Korean music culture is wild.
But there's just the Korean.
So much energy.
But the Korean culture is like women are always kind of virgin. Like they're like we've never.
Yeah, yeah.
But they all act really not virgin-y. Like that's
Seductive.
Yes.
Yeah. Erotic.
it's very.
in a sense.
Your brain goes.
Yeah.
Dysfunction.
Yeah. But they're supposed to be the girl next door, the
Yeah.
very quiet. And
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Blackpink famous. I want to be BTS famous. It'd be fun.
BTS.
Yeah.
Famous.
I actually want to be what's the guy that does the Gangnam Style?
Sigh.
Psy famous. That guy, I saw a video with him, which was so fun because he is like not in shape whatsoever. And yet he like flew out of the stage in the air. What's up?
He's got good cardio, bro.
Dude, he
I've
moves.
seen him live.
Oh, I know.
I've seen Psy live.
Dude eats so much Korean barbecue though. Like he is not he's in shape cardio wise, but dude is like he's hefty. He's a dad bod guy.
You say he's in shapes.
He's in shapes. Yes, he's in shapes.
Different shapes. Yeah.
But dude can move. I mean, he gets entire arenas just bouncing. I mean, it's so fun to watch his videos.
Yeah, it's incredible how much he moves. He still looks out of shape.
That what I like to say is I am in shape. Round is a shape.
Round,
Yeah.
like a starfish.
like
that's-
Patrick.
Yeah.
Little
Or sponge. You can be the circle of the SpongeBob is square.
Yeah.
You're circle and then.
Are you saying I'm a circle? Is that what you're telling me? It's so rude.
It's
Just kidding. Awesome. Well, Katherine, thank you for playing this game of this or that. It was really fun. And if you're looking to go anywhere in the world or just simply to the next airport over, go to coastlinetravel.com to take care of all your travel needs. I use them for my personal travel and I love them. They're very nice, very pleasant. So, yeah. We'll be right back.
Promoting your podcast is hard, and that's why each episode we've decided to promote a podcast that we think you'll enjoy. And this week, we have chosen the Double Reel Film Podcast. It's a smart, witty, and refreshingly down-to-earth film podcast for the discerning movie nerd. Hosted by a father-son duo, James and James Adamson, this show dives into everything from hidden gems and stone-cold classics to remakes that maybe should have stayed on the cutting room floor. With monthly deep dives, remake tribunals, and a dash of personal storytelling, Double Reel blends film expertise with genuine passion, perfect for cinephiles who like their analysis served with heart and humor. So, if this sounds up your podcast alley, go check out the Double Reel Film Podcast. And with that, let's get back into the episode.
I give you a task to go on to Mometu
Yes.
and to find a movie
Yes.
that you and I could both watch ahead of
Yes.
time. And you chose a film it's originally from 1990, and it did have a different name originally, but now it's known as An Experience to Die For.
Mm-hmm.
What made you choose An Experience to Die For?
Youn Yuh-jung, she's the main character in
Yeah.
that movie. She won Oscar for Minari. 2021, the
Mhm.
year. And she's such a, she's the Meryl Streep of Korea, you know?
Yeah.
So any movie she's in, I will watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good find. Like, how did you recognize her face on
Yeah.
the poster?
Yeah,
Is that what that's what
yeah.
that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, we have some really cool Korean films. Like, we actually have a really nice collection of Korean films in our Korean cinema section.
Mm-hmm.
And this one I had not seen yet. I think I'd seen the poster, but I never watched it for sure, and I didn't know. And then if I saw that it was from 1990, I probably wouldn't have picked to watch it myself either, because it's just I like watching some of the newer stuff that I've been able to watch, like some of the Korean films, like The Policeman's Lineage is one of my favorite ones, with Choi Woo-sik and Cho Jin-woong. Incredible film. And there was also oh gosh, forgetting the name of it right now. But again, we have a lot of really good Korean films that we've been able to bring over. We actually have one coming soon called Next Sohi. I'm not sure if you've seen that one or heard that one. That one's we're gonna be able to get that on Mometu here soon.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. It's actually playing right now in theaters here in the States.
Okay.
There's one in Buena Park that's playing in. There's one in LA it's playing in. So really cool. But this film, An Experience to Die For, originally from 1990, it was not released in 1990 though. So the director, Kim Ki-young, he went to release the film and tried to get it approved to release, and it didn't get approved. Right? You can imagine, right? With the topics that go on in this film. And then he tried again in 1995, and it didn't get approved again. And then he died. And it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. But so he passed away, I think, in 97. And then someone petitioned again to get his film up, and it actually got released in 98
Wow.
after he passed away. So like, it's interesting. This is like one of the first things I've ever heard of a film being like not being able to be released.
Yeah.
Now, obviously because of the Korean culture, and like they couldn't let this film be released at that time in the 90s.
Right.
Like today it would be fine.
Yeah.
But like in the 90s it was a lot.
Yeah.
And so to then have it finally be released 8 years later, it's wild.
Yeah.
So, but director Kim Ki-young, I feel like he did a really good job with this film. I mean,
Sorry.
it is
Yeah.
a funny film because if you think it's from the 90s, so like some of the stuff, and we're going to talk about it,
Yeah.
it's a very interesting storyline, but it's also just there's some things in the film that happen that kind of just make you laugh when you listen to it, especially like the sounds that happen. So, but why did you choose this film outside of like the actress? Like, what made you choose like the fact that it was an older film? Like, do you like watching older Korean films? Like, because now it's like it's 2025. This is a 35-year-old movie.
Yeah.
You know, like do you still watch like older Korean films, or do you like more of the newer stuff?
It's just the Mometu didn't have selections that I wanted. That's the truth.
I guess
You
we
can
don't
cut that
have-
out.
I guess
Okay,
we
yeah.
don't have a Korean
Yeah.
section.
No, I actually loved watching the old Korean movies
Mhm.
because it just shows what they try to break through, like ar- artistical, art, wise,
Artistically.
artistically. Yeah, thank you. And 90s is the time when I was, my childhood,
Yeah.
so it reminds me of the time when I was in Korea. And I think the director was really famous, actually, Kim Gi-young.
Yep.
Yeah, he was very famous. I just didn't get to watch any of his movies. And it was good to finally watch his movie. Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like he really pushed the envelope with his films.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, I mean, yeah, taking a risk and doing that stuff. I mean, he took a risk big on this one because it never got released
Yeah.
in his lifetime. But what stood out to you about this film? Like after watching it, what stood out like big about this to you?
Just the two women, relationship between two women,
Mm-hmm.
which was never covered in any of the old Korean cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah, which made me really want to watch it. And I think it delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never watched this kind of movie. Even now, I guess it's popular now, like women as a lead.
Mm-hmm. And that may be why, because of societal norms, that is the reason why the film never made it out. Because maybe the government or whatever didn't want to push women empowerment and being not just the lead of a film, but just being the fact that they were literally shutting down these men.
Right.
I mean, in a unique way.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
unique way.
Yeah.
The sounds. We have to mention the sounds in the film. There's some very unique things that took place. Obviously, the sexual sounds is just they were not normal. They were definitely dubbed in after, right? I mean, did that throw you off? Like, was that weird? Like,
I was turned on.
I think my favorite sound though of the whole film was the horses. It's like, so to paint a picture and you guys need to go watch this if you're listening, an experience to die for. There's a moment where there's sex scenes that are happening numerous times throughout the movie, and there's a lot of implied things, but the one implication is that a man finishing is driven by the sound of galloping horses and the it just made me laugh every time it happened.
And zoom into the painting of the horse.
It would go from just like this male Korean butt, just big booty, thrusting, and then go up to the wall, the wallpaper, and every room seemed to have horses.
The one that I liked was the boiling water.
Yes.
Like a glass pot,
Mm-hmm.
and then the water's in it, and it was like boiling, and then just
Yeah.
the background was two people having sex, and it just zoomed to this boiling water.
Oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard
Yeah,
when the horses were going. That was probably my favorite.
yeah.
But as far as the main characters, right? You have the two women, and I put so you can say what the main Youn Yuh-jung.
Youn Yuh-jung.
Yeah. Youn Yuh-jung.
Mm.
Okay. Best actress, supporting role, Minari. Phenomenal. She and the other lead, she's lesser known. She actually didn't have any more titles to her.
No.
I've never seen her
No.
in anything else.
Mm-mm.
There was another Kil-soo Hyun, which was he's in The Last Witness.
Mm.
So he's done some other stuff as well. He was one of the husbands.
Mm.
But the main character, the main female, obviously being from Minari, she's played some really wild characters throughout her time. And she actually played like a grandmother prostitute, right? Like doing this where she's literally trying to kill her husband for life insurance money. Is really kind of the premise of this
In
film.
the movie?
In this movie.
Yes, yeah.
So just some really wild characters. I mean, she's taken it on, and it's nice to see her that she was appreciated in 2021 with Minari.
Yeah.
But she's had a really long career. But she just did an incredible performance. That really stood out to me was her performance in this film. I mean,
Yeah.
even though she was like, it was funny almost moments where like, or kind of impressive where she was being her character and leading her character. But she almost felt like she was leading the other female lead too. Like she was
Yeah.
almost like bringing her character up and like saying like, "Hey, let's go, girl.
Yeah.
We got to get rolling, right?" So, what other moments in the film that stood out to you?
I just liked when it's the main can I tell the story or the main character like
You can tell the story, just not the ending, right?
Right,
Like
right.
the big thing is not we don't want to have any spoilers. Is what we try to not have. But go ahead.
okay, so Youn Yuh-jung is trying to make the other woman kill her own husband,
Yes.
right? And it just the other woman is so scared of committing murder.
Yeah.
And then Youn Yuh-jung was just like slapping her. Get a hold of yourself. Just do it. And I thought that was just funny.
And and again, the sounds of the slapping, so fake. Like it was just like the complete the Foley sound stages were being used, right? Just getting you have this big slap and all. You don't even know if they even hit the person's face or not, and you just hear this like just this, it does not sound. It's like it literally sounds like two hands clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And not on at the time, like it's not even synced. I feel like the person is hitting and the sound is coming before or the after the.
yeah. Do you feel like looking at this film from today's perspective, does it feel more Korean or does it feel more of a universal story?
I mean, I don't know if it's a universe. For me, it was a Korean story. Yeah.
Just I'm more so saying like the universal like understand like back then like it would definitely be a Korean film, right?
Yeah.
Like but today like most society norms are like that women are empowered and women are strong, right? So
Right.
it almost seems a little more universal to more than just the Korean culture in the sense, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because even in the 90s, like even American women like were still fighting for, equal opportunity or like even being just dominant in a relationship or being a boss, right? Being
Right.
like equal opportunity within work. And so like it seems like it's a little more universal today, right? It's not just like I think if someone that was like an American, for instance, would be to watch this movie, they could really relate to it still.
Yeah. I think that's why Parasite took off so much
Mm-hmm.
because of the capitalism. It's just universal right now.
Yeah, but
Probably.
Parasite was made, in 2019.
Right,
I
right, right.
believe. So
You're
like
right.
the fact
Yeah,
that it's a newer story, the fact that this is made from 1990,
Yeah.
it's wild that I was able to watch it and kind of understand like, oh, like yeah, this could be like a story that could happen today.
Absolutely.
Like it could be remade in a sense, right? And still be
Absolutely.
something that would be relatable.
Yeah.
Even though there are some cultural differences in the sense like where the woman can't get pregnant, right? And then they
Yeah.
divorce her because even not just the guy divorces her, his family comes in and divorces her and says you
Yeah.
can't be part of the family. Like
But I think that still happens, no?
not here.
Oh, not in
not
America.
here. Yeah,
Okay,
it's not. So maybe that if that still happens in Korea, like I don't know.
But I think women still feels inadequate if they can't get pregnant.
Mhm.
Like that's totally not true, but like
I agree with that from that standpoint for
Yeah.
sure. I'm just talking about like the families coming in and like divorce. Like my family is divorcing you, not just me.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was weird to see like the parents come into the room and be part of that conversation.
Because it's just Asia, we think it in whole, like
Mm-hmm.
in a group. We have to represent the group. We have to make decision in groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really interesting because again, I didn't get a chance like Craig to live in Korea, so I haven't got a chance to experience this culture firsthand. I just have a really good buddy of mine that's Korean, so like when we were talking on Instagram, you were like, "Oh, like you know some Korean words? How do you know these words?" And like, I don't know how to pronounce them properly sometimes, but yeah, I really I grew up with him, so I kind of heard his family talking in Korean sometimes, and always wondering like what was going on, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't have what's it called? we didn't have Duolingo
Google, yeah.
back then. So, and we didn't have Korean as an opportunity. We'd only had like Spanish and French in high school to learn. So,
Yeah. Do you still keep in contact?
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's a buddy of mine. He lives in San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, we were able to have it was like a couple years ago. We were able to get together and have dinner and catch up. So,
Yeah.
but we're both adults now and got lives, and so it's hard to get together.
There's this saying in Korean. We call it chong, and it's called like we're connected. We're a friend, but it goes way beyond like what's the present.
Yeah,
Even in the past lives we were friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we say brother from another mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that about right? That's equivalent. Pretty close. Awesome. Well, as far as this film, would you recommend it to other people to watch? Like, is that something that
I highly recommend it as a date
is a teen?
date movie to turn your if you want to turn your lady on, put this movie on.
And make sure that you record the horses and have that play every time towards the end of the night. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It has absolutely been a pleasure getting to know you, but also just sharing your perspective on life and your perspective on comedy. And one last time, if you could look into the camera and let people know where they can find you, so we can where you find your comedy. It's another opportunity to kind of just let people know.
You can find me at Katherine Comedy for Instagram.
Yep.
Okay. And TikTok. Please.
Craig is dying laughing. He's enjoying himself.
Hey, Craig, follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, please. I have a great reels and stories. Oh, and I'm also headlining in San Diego and in Palm Springs this and next month.
Yeah, go check out Catherine's comedy. She's hilarious. We're dying laughing in here. I'm trying to keep a straight face. It's really hard right now. And yeah, thank you again for coming on, and look forward to hopefully seeing you perform in person one day.
Yes.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for spending your time with us today on the More For Me and You podcast. If you've made it to the end, we appreciate you. Now, go do us a quick favor. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode with the incredible guests we have coming up. You can also follow us at Mometu Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, and for your next movie night, check out the Mometu app. It's free and packed with amazing movies and shows you've probably never seen. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the pod.